Well, I'll tell you this, man. Like my wife and I, literally yesterday, I think it was, or maybe, Tuesday, we're driving to go somewhere and we open up ChatGPT and we start a new chat and we're just chatting with ChatGPT. Mm-hmm. And it was honestly very fun.
And it was like it laughed.
It laughs. It has
nuance in its tonality. It was wild.
It like kind of flirts with you in a sense. Like she was kind of flirty.
Honestly, and it made me a little uncomfortable. And I was like, this is ChatGPT. Like, settle down.
It was honestly, it was pretty wild.
Yeah.
And so like now I think that's going to actually become a big issue.
I had that thought when we were talking to chat in the car. I was like, our kids cannot have this, because I could see how you could think you have an emotional connection to this thing.
I know. My son was
funny.
Like Riker was embarrassed.
Yeah.
He was like, no, mom, like don't say that. Like don't argue with her.
Yeah.
And then he was like whispering in the back of the car.
So I was telling him afterwards, I was like, son, AI, like chat is not a person. Like I'm not arguing with somebody. I'm like talking to a computer.
Yeah.
He was like, Mom, you're being rude.
It feels so real. Like it feels so real. So I don't know, man.
Alrighty, welcome back to another episode of the Married with the Mujikas podcast. We are Richard and Kaylee Mujika. We have been married for 13 years. We have 4 children, and we homeschool and run home-based business and are very beginner homesteaders and all of the other fun home things. Fun question. This would be for really, really, really early listeners to the podcast. If you are not an early listener, you're not going to know the answer to this.
You gotta be an OG.
In the chat, if you know what was the original title of this podcast, it has not always been Married with Mujikas.
Oh,
Fun
you have
fact.
to be a super OG.
You'd have to be a super OG to know this, but I'm wondering if anybody knows.
Interesting.
Yes,
I'd be curious about that.
We are Married with Mujikas.
Yeah.
And we just love marriage and want to see marriages thrive and people enjoy their marriages. And that's why we're here. That's why we started this whole thing.
Absolutely. You know it, girl.
So how are you?
I am doing good. Very good.
Yeah.
Good
Anything exciting?
Super exciting, man. Well, I mean, life is exciting, you know?
Life is fun.
I'll tell you what, if you could just wake up and not be sick, hard to complain.
That's true.
Yeah, hard to complain.
Yep.
Body's working right, can work out, can talk, can walk. That's good life right there.
Yeah. Yep.
What do you got cracking?
Oh my gosh, lots of fun things.
Lots of fun things.
Lots of homestead lately. We've got chickens in the incubator that are going to be hatching next Friday.
Oh, wow. They're hatching already?
Yeah. It only takes 21 days from the time you put them in to the time they hatch.
Wow,
so next Friday is hatch day.
Nice.
Very excited about that. My garden is like thriving. So much fun. I'm
with
really
the garden,
loving the
though,
garden thing.
I chopped that stuff off. It looks like it's dead.
Yes. So I have 14 garden beds.
Mm-hmm.
I only planted my front 4 because this is like my first like real garden experience. So I didn't want to overwhelm myself. So I planted the first 4 with like the things that I really, really wanted to grow. And then the back 10, I planted buckwheat, which was really just to nourish the soil and put some like organic matter into the soil.
Yeah, did I kill that?
No, I wanted it done. It was done.
Oh, okay.
Because it was food for the chickens. The chickens loved it. But once it starts to flower, it can spread seed and then it's hard to control. So I wanted it dead.
Oh,
so you did the right thing.
Oh, okay.
But now I'm just kind of letting it nourish the soil until I'm ready to plant again.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so I didn't kill your garden.
No, you did not kill that part. But the 4 beds that I started are doing great.
Close call.
And I'm having a lot of fun. That's like my favorite spot on the property right now is in the garden.
I know. Twice. Do you do twice a day or once a day? No, once a day.
It's once a day now. Now, because now everything's more established and hardy. When it was like first planted, I had to do twice a day.
Yeah, twice a day. Okay. Gotcha.
Anyways. That's like the really fun thing for us. And then, of course, the kids and all the fun things. Yeah.
All the good stuff.
So last week on the podcast, we talked about the importance of like your faith having legs, really, and not just like being something you talk about. And okay, we go to church and we say the prayers, but like, do we live it?
Do you talk it and walk it or just talk it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And how important it is to actually walk it as well. And how your marriage is one of the greatest, most significant ministries you'll have in your life. And so that was what last week's podcast is about. This week, we're doing one that we've done before. This is maybe our 3rd or 4th one of this style. And they're always really fun. They're always a crowd favorite.
This is a crowd favorite.
And they are the AITA, which stands for Am I the A-hole? So we take different scenarios that people have posted different places on the internet, and we're going to talk about it.
Don't be
give
the
our
A-hole.
opinion.
right?
Well, yes, that's the goal.
Yeah, that's the goal.
So
yeah, what do you
I'll start with
off?
my first one because I have one more than you do.
Start it off, girlfriend.
Okay, so my first one, and now with this one, I'm starting off with a banger because I've even gone back and forth with.
Oh, you don't know how you feel about it?
I don't know how I feel about this one.
Oh, interesting.
So I want to.
You can also chat too if you want to give your opinions as we're doing this.
Okay, so the story goes: a woman gets engaged after 3 years. She loves the ring until she accidentally discovers that her fiancé bought it on Temu for $38.
Oh my God.
He earns around $200,000 a year.
Oh my God.
When she tells him she's hurt, he says, "Does it matter? If it breaks, I'll just buy you another one."
Oh man.
What are your thoughts? It was a bold move on his part. I will say that.
That's a gangster move. Okay. Shoot.
I know this is a hard one.
This is a tough one.
Because here's the thing:
it is a tough one.
Before she found out it was from Temu, she loved it. It was perfect. She thought it was beautiful. She just had asked him, like, "Hey, is this a real diamond or is this whatever that is, whatever cubic zirconia or whatever that fake diamond is?" And she says that she didn't care either way. She was just asking because she was curious. And he said, "Well, I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't really know." So when he went to look it up, she saw that he was on Temu, and she's like, "Wait. Did you buy my ring on Temu?" So on one hand,
I kind of like this guy. I got to meet this guy. That was a gangster move.
It was a gangster
move. That's a gangster
So
move
on one hand, I'm like, well, she loved it before. So like, does it matter? And on the other hand, I'm like, but this is like, it's a very symbolic piece of jewelry. So I get it.
Yeah. Dude. I think it's a gangster move and I don't fault him.
Yeah, it's kind of both, right?
I don't fault him. I mean, she was totally fine with it until she just found out the price.
Mm-hmm.
And does it change the marriage at all? Does it change the love at all? Does it change I don't know, man. Shoot. I know. I don't think he's the asshole. That's my verdict on it.
And I would guess that like these kinds of scenarios aren't in a vacuum, right? He's probably just super practical in general.
Yeah. And I love that. I love the practicality.
Yeah.
Because, that whole thing has there's so many expectations on the engagement ring. Mm-hmm. It's got to be, your forever ring. It's got to be the diamonds. It's got to be bigger. Bigger is better. Mm-hmm. It's got to be the most crystal clear thing. And there's so many expectations. But if you just strip away all the expectations, does it really matter?
Right.
And the answer to me is no. It doesn't. Like, for example, you lost your wedding ring. I know. And I got you another one. And so, like, that's not even your real wedding ring. Mm-hmm. But did it change our love at all? Did it change our house at all? I mean, it changed nothing. So I like it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree with you. But I do know that as a woman, I would maybe feel like because it's such a significant piece of jewelry and you're like, man, you bargained. I don't know. I totally go both ways on this one. Okay, so let me ask you another question.
What makes you more of an a-hole?
Caring.
Buying a ring on Temu or losing your wedding ring?
I was not an a-hole for losing it.
Which one?
I mean, it was completely unintentional. I really wish I still had my original. I really do.
I don't know. There's a conversation there, but yeah.
Okay, so there was another one where they'd been married for 15 years and she wanted to upgrade her ring.
Okay.
And the husband said, "No, we don't have money for that." But he bought a $15,000 boat.
Bad move.
Well, I don't know. I disagree with you. I'm going to say she's kind of the a-hole in this scenario because it's like your wedding ring. Like, you don't upgrade your wedding ring. It's to me, the original is so significant. And I don't even have my original. I know, but I wish I did. In a perfect world, I would still have it.
Yeah.
And also, like, the boat is something the family can enjoy. An upgraded ring is something that's just going to sit on your finger. That, like, I don't know. I think if it's one or the other, you should want the family to have a boat. Now, if you could do both, awesome. Whatever, go for it.
I guess, the situation matters, right? Was it a fact that he was like, no, dude, we can't get the ring. That's too expensive. And then went out and bought a boat? Mm-hmm. Or did he explain the reasoning? It's like, hey, babe, I know you want that.
Yeah.
Hey, do you think maybe a boat would be more valuable right now with the family? It's like, well, I guess. I don't know.
Well, here's what I would tell women.
How it was done.
Personally, this is how I would look at it. I would not ask to upgrade my ring. I think that's very presumptuous. And I think I don't know. I just would not do that. Now, if your husband says like, hey, for our 20-year anniversary, I want to take you to upgrade your ring, or hey, whatever, that's different. But I wouldn't ask for it.
Let the dude bring it up. Is your thoughts?
Yes. Personally.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Go ahead with your first
what was the final verdict for you then? He's not the a-hole.
Are you talking about the Temu guy or the
Temu guy?
I'm going to say neither one is the a-hole on this one. Okay. I go back and forth on that one.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. So I got one.
Okay.
So I just want to make sure I got the mic right. Hey, get it closer. No. Okay. After a miscarriage, a wife asked her husband to allow no visitors. His mother repeatedly enters their home with an unauthorized key. The husband initially argues that his wife should have named his mother specifically when so he was under the assumption when he says, oh, no, I don't want anybody over. Like that didn't include his mom. He's like, well, of course my mom can come. And even after receiving an explicit written boundary, the mill, which is mother-in-law, returns and minimizes the miscarriage. The husband finally removes her, changes the locks, and apologizes. His wife still feels betrayed because he needed to witness the cruelty before believing her. And so is the husband the a-hole?
I think originally, yes. And I think he made it better. So she needs to okay, he made a mistake. He made it better. Now we move on. I don't think she can hold his feet to the fire forever. I think that doesn't do anybody any good. But I think originally, yes, he was very wrong. I think
But I don't know. I struggle with this one slightly because I could see when you say, hey, I don't want anybody over. Babes, look, I've had him. I don't want anybody. I could see that. Well, if my mom probably could come. I could see that reasoning.
I could see that reasoning. So then he could ask, well, hey, babe, my mom really wanted to come. Are you okay with my mom? Because he should assume, no,
that doesn't happen. No. Okay, but holding the grudge afterwards.
That's silly. Yeah, she needs to let that go, especially because he fixed it. He's not telling her hey, you're crazy. My mom can come.
Now,
whenever.
It did take some time for him to fix it. According to this, it was almost a month or so for him to kind of correct it.
So he was an a-hole for a month and now he's not.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I think men
I can see a little bit from his point of view, but it's tough.
And I think men can have a hard time understanding how fragile. I think miscarriage matters for men too, but it's really, really hard for women. And so I think he needed to really follow her lead there. And even though he was fine with his mom being around, if she wasn't, he needed to protect her better there because she was very fragile.
So is it safe to say maybe they were both little?
She was not.
She was not.
She was not.
Even though she held the grudge against him and still was hey,
she should get over it now.
My husband betrayed me. This is tough. Silly. So maybe a little bit of both.
I don't think her request to have nobody there and expect that to be upheld made her an a-hole at all. I think he was the a-hole for not honoring that.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Cool.
That's my opinion.
Let me, gotcha. Give me your next one.
Okay. Oh, this one's interesting. A wife notices her husband becoming emotionally distant. One night, she checks his phone expecting another woman, but instead finds multiple AI girlfriend apps. He's spending hours every day emotionally confiding in anime-style AI companions, telling them things he isn't telling her.
Whoa.
That's interesting.
Man, we live in a different era.
I know, right?
This is era. This is going to get way more popular, by the way. I can totally see that happening. Okay, so is he the a-hole? What are your thoughts?
Well, you go first because this is my story.
First?
Yes.
Okay. So I would say, yes, he's the a-hole. However, what is he getting out of that he's not getting at? Why does he feel the need to do that is another question, right? Why is he chatting with AI girlfriends? Is there some need that he just feels like his wife is not fulfilling? Is the relationship not going well? Is there more to the story? Because for example, me, I have no desire to do that, right? My needs are met. So I don't know. It's definitely not right. You shouldn't do it. He is the a-hole. I guess the question I go back to is why did he feel the need to even do that? What's up there?
I think that's a good question, but I also think you can use that for a guy who's got a porn addiction, right?
Well, yeah, of course.
And it's like, well, maybe you just aren't pretty enough, or maybe you're just not willing to do enough. Or it's like, but this is such an unrealistic standard. Because I know like I've had conversations with ChatGPT where they just agree with everything I say. And every time I'm like, steer the conversation a different way, you're like, you know what? That is the most brilliant thing I've ever heard. That's what we should have been talking about the whole time.
Yeah. AI is kind of like
that.
AI
they just
does
agree
that,
with you know? And so
they don't push back.
And that's that's unreasonable from a human to human relationship. So it's not fair to think that she shouldn't be able, like, she shouldn't tell him if she thinks he's wrong or, you know, but he's getting that from AI. So I think he's completely the a-hole. So the other question is it cheating? Is it cheating?
Yes.
It's emotional infidelity,
I would say
right?
so. Yeah, I would say it's cheating.
Which is really interesting because it's not even a real person.
It's crazy. Well, I'll tell you this, man. Like my wife and I, literally yesterday, I think it was, or maybe, Tuesday, we're driving to go somewhere and we open up ChatGPT and we start a new chat and we're just chatting with ChatGPT. Mm-hmm. And it was honestly very fun.
And it was like it laughed.
It laughs. It has
nuance in
it.
And its tonality. It was wild.
It like kind of flirts with you in a sense. Like she was kind of getting kind of flirty.
Honestly, and it made me a little uncomfortable. And I was like, this is ChatGPT. Like, settle down.
It was honestly, it was pretty wild.
Yeah.
And so like now I think that's going to actually become a big issue.
I had that thought when we were talking to chat in the car. I was like, our kids could not have this because I could see how you could think you have an emotional connection to this thing.
I know. My son was
funny.
Like Riker was embarrassed.
Yeah.
He was like, no, mom, like don't say that. Like don't argue with her.
Yeah.
And then he was like whispering in the back of the car.
So I was telling him afterwards, I was like, son, AI, like chat is not a person. Like I'm not arguing with somebody. I'm like talking to a computer.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he was like, Mom, you're being rude.
It feels so real. Like it feels so real. So I don't know, man. Like
it's going to become more and more of a conversation.
That's a whole thing. But I will say that I would say it's cheating. Yeah, 100%. Like you can't be having these secret conversations with AI and your wife knows nothing about it.
And it says it's anime style AI bots, which leads me to believe there is some sort of a picture that goes along with it. So whether it's a real person or not, you're still kind of getting aroused in something by somebody, whether it's real or not.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, isn't that one interesting?
Very
I thought that was interesting. Okay.
So we're both under the agreement that he is.
Oh, yeah, totally.
With the, not caveat, but also what's up with the marriage?
Like, it's worth her looking at herself and saying like, okay, am I not available emotionally for him to talk to? But also being willing to realize that that's probably not the case. It's probably just that he's getting it's a very selfishly focused relationship.
100%. Okay, so this one's kind of interesting, and I don't know how I feel about it.
I love the ones where you don't know.
So a married couple with a 3-month-old baby has supported the wife's parents in their home, rent-free, for roughly a year and a half. The mother-in-law provides meaningful childcare, but the parents send about half their Social Security income to another daughter. I guess his daughter, she has some mental health issues, so they send a lot of love and support to the other daughter. And the husband fears that he and his wife will eventually support multiple adults indefinitely when he proposes. Now, this is what he does. When he proposes separating some finances, his wife feels that he is attacking her family and does not trust her. So what's going on in the situation is that these parents are living there. They're not doing financially well. I think there's some type of medical stuff going on as well. And the husband's complaint is like, none of your other siblings help. We're the only ones helping them. And we're going to literally, if this is our life, like we're going to be stuck with your parents and we're going to be the only ones to help. And the wife feels like after he said, well, if we're going to help, then maybe we should separate our finances a little bit to like deal with this. And now the wife feels betrayed and feels like that's not cool. What are your thoughts?
That's a really hard one.
It's a tough one. I feel the same way.
Well, okay. So I feel like taking their parents in, totally fine.
Yes.
If everyone's on board. Now, the fact that they're living there rent-free, not helping and sending money to someone else, it's a little bit like, okay, I'm going to feel a little bit weird about that.
They do take care of the kids though.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
But the one thing that he's doing that like none of your siblings help, you have no control over that. Either be willing to help and do it joyfully and don't worry about what everyone else is doing.
Yes.
Because you can't control that. And so I would let that one go. But the other thing is, so if I'm understanding this correctly, he's wanting to split finances in her finances and his finances so her finances can take care of her family. Yes. Absolutely not.
Yeah,
no.
absolutely not.
No, you're married. This is your deal now.
Yes.
No way.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say anyone's an a-hole. I think that's a really hard situation.
That's a very hard situation. I will say this. I do think, and again, I'm not saying it's fair. Like your other siblings are not helping.
Yeah.
That sucks. And it's not fair. But I do think that, and people probably disagree, but you owe your parents the respect to take care of them when they need help being taken care of.
Yes.
And somebody's got to do it. And in an ideal situation, all the siblings split it and everybody takes on equal responsibility and everybody carries the weight.
Which honestly, I've never heard of that.
But I've never really heard of that. And, even our family's gone through that and it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think you got to feel good being the bigger person in that situation and just say, this is just a season. And this is the season that we're in.
You answer for yourself. So one day they'll have to stand before the Lord and answer for why they didn't take care of their parents.
Yeah.
That's on them.
Yeah.
And you can stand before the Lord and say, hey, you know what? I did.
I know.
And that's all. Yeah. That's all you have to answer for.
Yeah. And it's something that we're even thinking about, right? In the next 5-10 years, we might have to start taking care of, who.
Yeah, stuff happens.
But look, they're your parents, man. Like you got to take care of them. Mm-hmm. Somebody's got to do it.
Yep.
So, yeah. So what was the final?
I think it's a really hard situation. I think the only thing that makes him the a-hole in the situation is wanting to separate the finances and her take care of her parents with her own money. I don't think that's right. I think he's the a-hole there. But other than that, it's just a rough circumstance.
Yeah, that's a very practical thing. I bet you there's people watching this that are kind of going through that too.
Okay,
cool.
No, I think you'll like this one.
Yeah.
This one I thought pertained to you. A father who had always been emotionally distant gives a beautiful, heartfelt wedding speech that brings everyone to tears. Later, the groom learns it was all written almost entirely by ChatGPT. How do we feel about that?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so it was a groom speech.
It was the father of the groom.
The father of the groom.
And he's typically a very kind of cold, emotionally distant man. And it was very warm and beautiful.
So my thoughts are, you know what? I think he's a smart dude. I think that's smart. Mm-hmm. Look, you're not good at it. He probably wants to express himself better, but he knows he just doesn't have it in him. So he's like, let me use ChatGPT to help me express my thoughts. I think it's smart. I think, just being completely transparent, I've used ChatGPT on our relationship before. Mm-hmm. I'd be like, hey, my wife thinks X. I think Y.
Totally.
What's a reasonable way to think about this? And chat actually helps me to think about things. When we were doing we had a situation where our son, my wife and her family had a vacation planned. And then my son was the QB and he was having a semifinals game during the vacation. We used ChatGPT to kind of help that situation a little bit.
And I will say, I still think we made the wrong call on that.
That's
but
actually,
it is what it is.
I was going to bring that up as an IA, who is the a-hole. I was going to bring that up, but I was going to do that at the end.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's do that. I was going to bring that at the end. But anyways, look, I think in this day and age, using chat for things like that is a smart thing to do. Mm-hmm. If it's a weakness of yours.
And I think what people need to realize with ChatGPT is it's not just spitting out nothing. You have to feed it things. Yeah. So this man probably just has a really hard time being vulnerable and doesn't know how to articulate himself all that well, but he's the one who was telling Chat how he feels about his son and how he feels about this marriage and these different stories from when their son was growing up that he had to, So Chat articulated it for him in a way that he maybe couldn't have, but he still had to feed it the information.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I think it's really weird that people have such a big problem with ChatGPT. I think it's really weird.
I think it's very weird as well. And you know what I think is even more weird is that schools won't allow kids to use it.
I think,
It's that's pre-Google. Look, when I pull up Google, am I going to say what are the 3 countries in Africa that I'm going to Google it. Yeah. And Google will give me the answer. Well, AI is just the new Google.
It's like when we were kids and they used to tell us you can't use a calculator for math because you're not going to have a calculator with you all the time. And now we do on our phone, but there was a lot of resistance to that 100%. Oh my gosh, even worse when we were kids and you were writing a research paper. At least half the sources had to be from a book in the library. They couldn't be from the internet. You remember that?
Yes.
Just silly things that people take a while to come around to.
Yeah.
And I think that's just one of those things.
And this is definitely one of those things. Man, that is a good one.
I thought
I will say he is not the a-hole.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. That's a gangster move. I think I like it. That's using tools to your advantage.
Exactly.
Okay, here's an interesting one. I don't think I have the full scoop, but let's see. Okay. After 16 years of marriage, a couple plans their first adults-only anniversary vacation, okay? The husband invites another couple without asking his wife. He also wants to redirect their excursion budget toward an alcohol package. When she expresses hurt, he calls her the problem. The story reached Reddit's popular feed and drew thousands of votes and hundreds of comments. So basically the thing is they're going to plan their first adult only vacation. The husband says, it'll probably be a good idea just to have another adult couple come and we can have more fun together but he doesn't mention it to the wife. And now the wife is super hurt. And he's like, what's the deal? Like, we're having a great time. Mm-hmm. So what are your thoughts?
I can see both sides. I can see that he thought like, hey, this will be so fun. And he's probably just like a super extroverted guy and loves to be with people and just thought this is going to be so fun. But like if I was his wife, I would have hated that and I would have been really mad. Yeah. So like you got to know your spouse. And like if he knew that this is not something she's going to like and did it anyway, then that was not nice. And it was selfish and
I know.
Whatever.
It's so tricky. I find this one to be tricky because like I'm assuming he probably invited a couple that they're super close with, best friends. He's thinking, man, like this will be cool. Like I'm going to surprise my wife. We've never done an adults only thing. This is our favorite couple to hang out with. And it's like, now the wife's like, dude, that sucked. And he's thinking, I thought you might like really like this. Yeah. I don't know.
But I think that's one of the things like they just have to talk about it beforehand because unmet expectations are the result of all
I think that's where he
animosity,
went wrong.
Right? And so her expectation was this really great romantic.
To surprise her with it.
Don't do that. But maybe he tried to surprise her because he knew she wouldn't go for it and he wanted to do it anyway. Yeah, in which case he is the a-hole.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts? Yeah, that is a tricky one. It's not really all that tricky though. He just had to talk to her beforehand.
Yeah, he had to talk to her. He just messed up, man. He messed up. I don't know if he's like a total a-hole, but he messed up.
Yeah.
He might have had good intentions, but the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So yeah.
Okay, this one made me laugh. You ready for this one?
Yes.
This one's wild to me. But they actually caught this on security camera. I've actually seen the footage of this scenario.
What?
An engaged couple is walking to their car when they're confronted by someone demanding money. The fiancé immediately runs away, leaving her and her brother behind. They eventually escape unharmed, but she begins questioning whether she can marry someone who instinctively abandoned her. So literally they're walking, they're getting mugged. And instead of like protecting her, he bolts and leaves her with the mugger.
Okay. You know what's fascinating about this? Like sometimes me and the boys at night will, he doesn't want her. We'll watch like prank videos and sometimes it's a husband and wife and multiple times, like it'll be a scary thing that happens. And the dude like just tries to bail, doesn't even like look at the wife. Like the wife's trying to bail, the dude's trying to bail because they're both scared. And I think in that like, unless you are trained to not let your fight or flight response kick in at that moment, I can see how that can just make you look like a total a-hole and a total dick.
I mean, I would get such a huge ick factor if you did that. I would be like, respect plummets.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not attracted. Like, this is just bad.
I would say it's a red flag.
And obviously, if you're married, you deal with it. If you're engaged, I say, girl, get out of that. That's not the guy you want to be with. I would say, I might give him
maybe a little bit of mercy.
Maybe
a little bit of mercy.
I got none.
But something definitely didn't kick in there. Like no instinctual thing, like protection.
Absolutely not. Oh gosh, I could not marry someone like that. No, my gosh, that just gives me such an ick even thinking about it.
I don't know. Ishmael, what do you think, dude? Do you think like what like would you give him any grace?
You and your wife,
would you give him any grace?
Hold on. If it was you and your wife, would you bolt or would you knock the guy out? You gotta stay, right? You got to
But what about this situation? Like, could you see that happen? Like, can you understand it, or do you think that's completely unacceptable? What are your thoughts?
It's unacceptable.
Yeah, okay,
it's just unacceptable.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so now you have a real life scenario. Go over the real life one.
Okay, I wanted you do it from your perspective because I might taint my perspective, and so people might more agree with me.
Okay,
and you might taint yours.
I'm going to,
but I think you have more of an honest perspective of it.
Okay, so scenario. This is an actual real life Rich and I scenario, and we want your real honest feedback. Okay, So last year. Now, a little bit of backstory. My dad died 3 years ago. And my dad and him my mom and dad made a deal that every 5 years, she was going to agree to take the family on a big vacation, right? Well, it came up. We were leaving on my mom's birthday and we were going to go on a cruise to Mexico. And, when we planned it, we looked at the football schedule. It's okay. Football's over. It's great. Book it. So it's booked. Well, I was looking at the regular season schedule, which was over, but they ended up making it to week 3 of the playoffs, which is not like in the regular season schedule. So they ended up making it to the playoffs. So our options were literally either Riker doesn't go on this vacation that my mom's already booked and planned for, and the whole family is going on. And mind you, he's 11-year-old football. Or he skips the game and tells his team, sorry, I can't be there. Those were our two choices.
He was the only QB.
He was the only QB the team had. And the way that Pop Warner football works is like you're on a team and that's the team you're on until you go to high school. Yeah. Ideally.
And he's been with that team for what, three
He had been.
years?
Now, looking back, we didn't know this at the time, but now we know he's not even on that team anymore because of some scenarios. And so like that's not even his coach or his teammates anymore. So it was a really hard call because on one end I'm like, it's 11-year-old football. It doesn't matter that much. This family vacation, my mom paid for it, whatever. And on the other end I'm like, hey, but you teach your kids that they made a commitment. They see it through. His team looks up to him, whatever. So we made the call. Rich made the call that him and Riker were going to stay home. And me and the other 3 kids went on this trip.
Yeah.
And it went over like a brick made out of lead with my family. Did not go over well. It was super awkward, super uncomfortable for me. But that was the call that Rich made, and that's what we did. So
that was it.
So who's the a-hole?
I have a feeling this is not going to be good. Yeah, I mean, it was a really tricky. I felt it was really tricky. I mean, the coach. I mean, we had been with that coach for 3 years. He was kind of Riker was the only QB. It was a semifinal game.
And mind you, it was this game. So the team we were playing in this game was like a national championship winning team. We knew that like we really didn't have a shot. Like we were losing this game. Yeah. And I don't like to think that way, but like it was just this team ended up going to North Carolina and played in like the national.
Yeah, they were a really good team.
Really, really good team.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, you're skipping this vacation for a game we know we're going to lose for a team when he's 11 years old, for a team that we don't even play for anymore. It was like, it was a rough one. It was a hard
and then we didn't know hindsight because we were also thinking, okay, if Riker bails on his team, next year he's going to have to look these guys in the eye and be like, dude, I just
and we didn't know that he
and so we didn't want him to like look like that guy. Mm-hmm. But then we also did. So, man, it was hard. It was a tricky one. Well,
and that was one of those scenarios where, I talk a lot.
Real life scenario.
That was a real life scenario where I didn't agree with his call. But at the end of the day, I do believe that Richard is the leader of our home. And that was his call. And so I went with it. And I wasn't going to badmouth him to my family. And I wasn't going to allow my family to badmouth him to me. It just was what it was.
It was what it was.
Okay. Are you ready for your rapid fire?
Rapid fire. Hit me with it.
Rapid fire. Am I the a-hole for going to bed angry instead of talking it out?
Yeah.
Yeah? You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
I don't think you should go to bed angry. Like, I don't think you should go to bed with a grudge. I think if you're going to have a grudge, talk about it. But if you can just go to bed and not have a grudge, then yeah, fine. Talk about it in the morning. But don't hold a grudge going to bed. I don't know.
But sometimes it's better to just like get some sleep. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Maybe.
It depends.
Yeah.
Am I the a-hole for hiding Amazon purchases?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Am I the a-hole for expecting my spouse to text me during the workday?
Yeah, I think you are.
I think the problem there is the expecting.
Yeah.
Hey, I love it when you do, but they're busy. They're working.
Yeah. I mean, there's just, scenarios there. I think you can set yourself up for disappointment.
Mm-hmm. Am I the a-hole for refusing to post my spouse on social media?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
I don't know this guy.
I don't know that guy.
This guy's kind of a creep.
And like, there's maybe if he's a cop and he just doesn't want, I don't know, in which case maybe you just don't have social media at all. Or like, I don't really like to post our kids on social media for like safety reasons, but I don't know, your spouse is different.
Yeah, spouse is different.
Am I the a-hole for making major purchases without asking? Of course you are.
Yeah, you're the a-hole.
Okay. Am I the a-hole for saying I told you so after my spouse ignored my advice?
You've done that to me.
I have done that
You've
to
done
you.
that to me. And but you were right. So
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know. That's a tough one.
I think you're probably the a-hole for being offended by that. It's like,
Yeah.
well, she did tell you.
Yeah.
And you did choose
At
not to
that
listen.
at that point, it's like you just got to swallow the pride.
Exactly.
You know, you swallow the pride.
You just swallow it.
You just swallow it. It's like, dude, I messed up.
Okay.
You were right.
Am I the a-hole for refusing to share my location?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's super sketch.
That's super sketch.
That's sus, as our kids would say.
That's sus.
That's super sus.
Okay, last one. Am I the a-hole for sleeping in separate bedrooms because one of us snores?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Just maybe you got
Get some earplugs.
Yeah, earplugs. Yeah.
Mouth tape.
Mouth tape, the whole thing. Sleep apnea machine.
Sleep app machine. Whatever you got to do.
Whatever you got to do.
Oh,
man. Well, so nobody really commented on
not
who's
to
the
me.
a-hole on that one.
Maybe
I was
everyone
kinda
agreed
curious.
with everything
No, I
you
think
said.
they all probably thought I was, but they didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess probably.
So, okay, good. So we're done. So now you finish it up for us.
Okay. Well, I don't know. You finish it.
Okay. Well, hey guys, thanks for listening to the podcast. One way that you can help us grow this podcast, if you enjoy it, if you get a lot of value from it, is share it with those that you know. We don't promote the podcast. We don't run any ads. It just grows organically. So that is the best thing that you can do to help us. And of course, if you guys want anything to improve your marriage, grow your marriage, down below, we have some links for you. We have paid programs. We have free programs, stuff to help your marriage thrive. And besides that, hope you enjoyed the podcast.
Yeah.